Hi everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria, the Energy Queen. Um, so this is the energy update for October the 13th. Um, I don't know how you guys are doing or feeling. I'm definitely feeling a lot of change. Um, and it feels sort of like this connection with like spirit. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. Um, if you've watched my other videos, you've heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's really important. So, we're coming into basically a time when um, basically we're returning to paradise. Um, and when I say returning to, it's actually finding out that we've been in it the whole time. And I'll explain that. So, um, when Adam and Eve, you know, before they were cast out of paradise, so to say. Um, it the Bible talks about how God was with them in the garden, and they had a really in-depth knowledge of God. They would have conversations with God. They would like they were aware of God in a way that we just aren't now. Like we it's like we look around and we can feel him, but like you know what I mean? It's like we don't have like a he's walking with us in the garden and we can see him kind of thing. You know what I mean? We can have conversations like we do with people. So the knowledge of God was just clearer and more apparent. And it wasn't that God ever left, it was just that um, they lost the connection. And basically, it was fear, and fear is negative energy, which set up the way that we trying to word this. It was what changed was that, and what we live in right now is that our souls can choose to believe in positivity or negativity. When they were in the garden before the fall, there was only positivity, and that was the truth, and they could, and it was like they would just lived in it. And then when they ate the fruit of the knowledge or the from the tree of life, gained knowledge of good and evil, what that meant is that they could choose negativity, and they could choose positivity, they could choose negativity. And so what happens when you choose negativity is that, which we all have as souls, like we can literally all still do this right now. You are doing this every day in your life. You can choose whether you believe something positive or something negative. And that's your choice. And you have full capacity, full control. And when you choose a positive belief, what energy is beliefs. Like that's literally what it is. So if you choose a positive belief, that's a positive energy that comes into you. And now that's in your energy. That's why people who tend to be positive tend to have sort of a radiance. Um, People who believe a lot of negative beliefs, flip side, they kind of have a darkness to their appearance. And when you choose a negative belief, that negative energy comes into you. Okay, now it's in you. And when negative energies are in you, they will reflect negativity into your life. Same with positive in you reflects positive into your life. It's like literally creating what happens in your life. Okay, those frequencies, those beliefs, and that choice. Okay, um, so they gain the ability to choose, and we all still have that choice. The funny thing is, they never left where they were. You know what I mean? They There was just a shift in the way that they could invite energies in, perceive the world. And the thing about negative energies is that when they come in, they cloud your ability to see the truth of the world around you. So when you believe negative things and they come into you, it's like affecting, I call it your spiritual prescription. It's like you're literally clouded. And so when people who have a lot of negativity within them talk, you will hear them say negative things as if they're true. Oh, this is that, and that is that, and that person's that, and that, and they believe it's true. And you can hear it too. You can be like, no, that's just what you think. I don't even think that's true. I'm looking at the same situation. And people with positive beliefs, who choose a lot of positive beliefs, the funny thing is that we tend to call them optimists. Sometimes we make fun of them. If you are choosing positive beliefs, you are seeing the world accurately, and you can play with this in your life. The more positive I am I actually telling the truth? And that's why we do affirmations. That's why we do gratitude practices, because we're practicing trying to have beliefs about life that are positive, because they always make your life better because it is the truth. And so the more you practice and practice the same belief over and over, when you do it with affirmations, you'll notice affirmations are beliefs. That's what they are. You repeat them over and over, you have them in your house. You might start to actually believe them. And it's an energetic reaction when your soul makes that choice, positive, negative. And you can't believe a positive and negative belief about the same specific thing. You'll notice that too. So when you're doing affirmations for wealth, they will have the double effect of helping you have positive beliefs about wealth, which are positive energies inside of you that can create positive experiences of wealth. If you really truly start to authentically believe it, that's why sometimes they take a lot of repetition. But as you have positive beliefs about wealth, you can't hold a negative belief about wealth at the same time. So you'll be pushing out negative beliefs about whatever that is. So your life really gets better when you choose positive beliefs. And so I'm saying all this, a lot of energetic theory in there, but I'm saying all this because paradise is already here, is the crazy thing. Like, we're already in it. We've always been in it. And the problems that we see in the world are actually stemming from negative energies / beliefs that are in us. So when we get clearer energy, what happens is, if you're doing things to help your energy get clearer, you're watching my videos, that's what my work is all about. When your energy gets clearer, you guys, you literally see the beauty of the world. The world will look different. And the work I do is I clear negative energy with my method, Energy Queen Alchemy. I take positive frequencies and I combine them with negative energies so that they literally dissolve them. So you get like a gigantic cleanse in your energy. And what happens is, this has happened for me, my clients, the world around you literally, it looks different. And you will see things that were always there but you never even saw, because the beauty of the world around you, like, beauty is a high frequency, and positivity is, that's what it is. It's high frequency. So when your energy is clearer, or if you start choosing more positive beliefs, which can also help your energy get clearer, you will start looking around the same place you're living. And I'm talking about the same place, same neighborhood, same people. And you're going to see more clearly where you are. You're going to see buildings you never saw before. You're going to see details that you never saw before. You're going to learn things about people that you never knew before. And you're going to realize, like, wow, I couldn't believe all this beauty was all around me. I didn't even see it. And that's even just doing some work, getting rid of negative energy inside of you. What if all the negative energy was taken out of you? What would that perspective look like? And so we each see the world based on our own frequency. You can look at the same thing as somebody else, and you will see that's why we see the world differently. We have different beliefs about the world because we all have a different level of frequency inside of us. We have negative energies, positive energies, and the thing about positive energies is they will forever stay inside of you. They're natural to you. But negative energy is not. And there are so many layers inside of your energy that you would not believe how many negative energies I still clear from myself every day. Some of them look like big shadows and ghosts like coming out of us. Like the energy world is not it's not like the physical world. You can house massive, like gigantic energies, positive and negative, inside of you, and in so many layers. And the reason why there are so many layers is because each layer in your soul represents a different moment in time that your soul has lived, and many of us have lived past lives. And so you think about every moment in time, even just in this life that you've lived, that's a lot of layers. And so when you start getting your energy cleared, or you start doing things and choosing positivity, it's like a video game. It's like there will always be new levels and new layers. And what I'm saying is, I don't think there's anybody on earth who doesn't have some form of negative energy in them. And so none of us are actually seeing where we actually are. But why I'm saying this is that you can hack it by understanding that even if you can't see that you're in paradise, you are. And even if you don't want to believe that everything is positive and that's the truth, it is. And why is that true? Because you can remove negative energies, and I literally dissolve them. If it was the truth, I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't destroy negative energy or positive energy. You can't. That's the fascinating thing about positive energy. It exists forever. Positive energy is truth, meaning positive beliefs are the truth. And you could apply this, you guys, to any aspect of your life, yourself, your situation. And what does that sound like? Gratitude. Look for the good in yourself. You can write good things about yourself. That's the truth. Because anything negative, well, you could change that, right? And a really big mistake I see people making is thinking that negative energies, negative beliefs are the truth, and they're not. And that's a trick that they make on you, because if you believe that it's the truth, you won't let that go. And that's why a lot of people don't let them go. What if you could start to stretch your imagination, start to stretch your ability, your perception, and go, even if I can't see it, I can accept that the truth of reality is there's a positive creator in charge. Like, God is in charge, you guys. Period. So everything must be okay all the time. All the time. And what's the scariest thing that happens in life? We die. What if you die and you're right in Jesus' arms? What if you're okay? You're okay. It's the fear of death that's the problem, which is fear, which is negative energy. And that's what actually causes a lot of our problems here on earth. Fear, which is negative energy, which is not truth. If you start to break down and dissect your fears, this is another thing you can do. Break down, write them down, dissect them, call them fear, call them negative beliefs, call them lies, and start to question them. And even do research. You can talk to people, you can get more information. Is this really true? And you will find that they are always illusions. Always. And I know it's a really broad general statement to make, but I've been testing this for years, and I will tell you the truth that I know, and that's that your life will get better the more you believe that positivity is the truth. And your life will slow down and be harder the more you believe in negative beliefs. And they can be hard for us to let go of, because we as humans we don't see the world from God's perspective. We can't see that we're in paradise. We only see what we see. And so it's so easy for us to be like, well, that's the way it is. But what if you were missing information? What if, for example, somebody in your life seems like a jerk? Well, they're a jerk. I see it. But what if, from God's perspective, not your perspective, God's, you saw that person's childhood? You saw what made them behave the way they do. Maybe they were really hurt as a child, and so you wouldn't say they're a jerk after that, right? You would have more compassion. And so was that negative belief they're a jerk really true? Well, a second ago you said it was. With more information, is it really? And so to challenge negative beliefs, that's why I give those general statements about positive beliefs being true and negative beliefs being not true, because the more you test this out, you're going to find that it's the truth. And so you can just sort of like, I found it's really helpful to just accept it and not fight with it, and start to look at how you're already in paradise. Already look at how there's nothing to be afraid of. And look at the beauty of your life. Understand that God is in charge. Period. And that is what we're doing right now. We're returning to paradise, but the funny part is we're already there. And so the change that's happening in us is through our perception, through our energy. And that's why so much of us talk about energy at this time. That's why, because it's full of information that we never really understood before. And clear energy is a really, really big deal. And you can see why when I talk about it, right? It's like, it literally can change. Like when you do a session with me, for example, because I clear negative energy, right? You will wake up out of that session and be like, I see things differently. And we didn't even go anywhere. You didn't even talk to anybody, but you will, like, your perception is sharper and more accurate about the truth. And I find that I often I do Energy Queen Alchemy, or EQA for short, on myself every day. And I find I always get better ideas. And Einstein had a great quote about this. He said, problems can't be solved at the same level of thinking that they were created at. And that's exactly what this is talking about. Like, he's talking about frequency. Like, the good ideas are high frequency, because high frequency is positivity, which is the truth. It's like when you live there, you guys, it's like you get good ideas. It's like always expanding. It's always like interesting. It never stops. So when you live in the world of positivity and you choose that more and more every day, you challenge negativity and you accept positivity. It's so rich and beautiful and it unlimited. And so if we really understood that, why are we wasting time with negativity? You know what I mean? And it's human to have fear. Like, that's, you know, like I said, like that's what we're working with. But we're coming out of that. And I think okay, wait. I need to explain one more thing. So the other cool thing about, I love talking about frequency, because I'm like a frequency nerd. I love how frequency, like this, the energy world is extremely scientific. It's just like so fascinating. I'm not a science person, but I'm obsessed with frequency because it just makes so much sense. And the reason why negative energy is negative, what does that mean? Have you ever thought about that? Like, what does that even mean, positive, negative? If you look at, like, frequency, like it's like the sound, like for example, sound waves, you know, higher pitch sounds are more frequent, so frequency, and lower sounds are, the waves are further apart, like lower vibrating. And it's the same with positive and negative energy. Positive energy is it's basically, oh my god, sorry, I'm trying to like, it's like I'm trying to like birth so many ideas. I hope it's making sense. But like positive energy and negative energy, what they are is oh, okay, I can do this. They are like positive, what that means is accurate in the energy world. Okay, this is gonna be good. It means true in the energy. Like if you were like an angel, or you know, like if you lived in the energy world, we live in the like 3D human experience, but if you saw things from that perspective, or I called it the God perspective, positive means true. What positive is clarity, enlightenment, truth. That's what it means. It means accurate. Negative just means cloudy, not true, and not accurate, lies, fear. Makes sense? And so when we talk about positive and negative, the crazy part too is that it's not black and white. It's a whole spectrum of light to dark, dark to light. Okay? And in their understanding, that's literally what that means. Like the more true an energy slash belief, I am loved, I am good, I am supported, the more true, the more light that energy appears visually, and the more positive that belief slash energy slash frequency is. Okay? The less true the belief, I'm not good enough, no one loves me, like not actually true, but we believe a lot of these, the darker the energy will appear. So it will appear dark, negative. We call them blocks. And it's just less true. They feel heavy too. You can feel the low frequency. So the interesting thing is that we call them positive, negative, right? It's a spectrum. And the more true a belief slash energy is, the lighter it will be on that spectrum. The less true, the darker it will be. And the funny part is, we as humans can use so much judgment, you know? We almost talk about it like good and bad, better, worse, right? From the God perspective, it's just accurate or not. It's like measuring. It's like, is that true? Then it's light. Is it really true? Really light. Is it not true? Dark. Is it really not true? Really dark. And I feel like that can like lift the weight off of so many of us, right? Don't you feel like there's potential here to lift a lot of weights off of yourself? Because this is the other thing I'll tell you about these negative energies that are the problem, and they get inside of us, and we choose a lot of the things that we're dealing with as adults. We do choose them as children, and we hang on to them as adults because of how open we were as children, right? When you were a child, you looked around the world. You weren't going like, okay, I'm going to choose this belief and this belief and this belief. You just watched what was happening, and you drew a lot of conclusions, and you believed a lot of beliefs. And a lot of them were positive, a lot of them were negative. The reason why we hold on to those specifically so strongly, and as adults it's hard for us to let go, is because they really seemed true because we were just so impressionable. Like, you were so impressionable as a child. So if someone treated you badly, you could have been like, I'm not good enough. Okay, negative energy comes in. Well, how are you going to let go of that if you really, like, as children, we just don't know, right? So we will believe just all kinds of stuff, good and bad. So for you to heal now, it means letting go of those negative beliefs, right? And that can happen in two ways. You can get someone like me to work on them. I go in, I extract them, I dissolve them. Super safe, easy. God taught me to do this. It works really well. They can literally just be dissolved. And I work in all the layers, thousands and thousands of layers. Like, I go deep and I clear thousands in each session. Like an hour, I can clear thousands. So you get a really big impact in your life with EQA, but you can also question them. And I think that's healthy to do just as a habit as well. Like, catch yourself thinking negative things and believing negative beliefs. Why do you believe that? Because that negative energy is in you. And you can ask somebody else if they believe that, and they may say yes, they may say no. Chances are you hang out with people who have similar frequency to you. So have you ever noticed that it's hard to be around somebody who seems more positive than you sometimes? If you're not willing to let go of negativity, sometimes we hang out with people who are kind of negative because that feels normal. Well, is it really normal, or are you just housing a negative energy inside of you and you've had it there a long time? What if you started to challenge those negative beliefs? What if you started to, every time you tell yourself you can't do something, hear that voice and catch it? Oh, that's a negative belief. Oh, well, negative means not accurate. Oh, well, that means I only believe that because that's in me, and that can actually come out of me. And the less I believe it, the more it's going to come out of me, because they can only stay in you and talk to you and affect your perception and your life while they are in you. The moment you stop believing those negative beliefs, they have to leave you. That's the energetic law. And the cool thing about, the work I do, dissolving them and, getting rid of them in any way that you can, is that the same negative belief will not return ever again to you. That negative energy cannot come back to you by energetic law, because your soul learned when it left, oh, that wasn't true. And so your soul's always searching for the truth. Each of our souls is doing this. Cool, right? So if you've dealt with a lot of trauma in your life and a lot of things, if you just know you're carrying around stuff from your childhood, or you're just trying to heal still, I really encourage you to sit quietly with yourself and listen for the specific negative beliefs that you hear. So instead of running the show in the background, you're going to be specifically looking for them. You write them down. And beneath each one, write 10 reasons why, just potentially, it's not true. Because you already know if it's negative, it's not true. Stretch your imagination. Well, why would this potentially not be true? I know it's not true, so I'm going to just come up with reasons why potentially it's not true. It seems true, but I know it's really not. So it's kind of like being a lawyer. You just go on the argument side of it's not true. So you have to find evidence for that. The more evidence you find against it, the less you're going to believe it, the more it will literally leave your energy. Literally. And that's the crazy thing about healing with this type of work with EQA. And I call what I just described to you, I developed that method and I call it belief work. That's something that you can do on your own, and I think it's amazing. You can do that along with getting EQA. I just think everybody needs that skill, because it's so incredible to let go of these things and to understand that you don't have to, it doesn't have to take a long time. You could have had a negative belief in you for 50 years, for lifetimes, I don't care how long. The way the energy world works, it can leave in an instant. It doesn't matter how long it's been there. It has no impact on how long it takes to leave you. It's just that we tend to hold on to the things that we've held on to longest because we just believe them so much. But it could literally be out of you in an instant. That being said, a lot of the things that we deeply believe and that, you know, things that we have a lot of issues around personally will be layered. And I've seen them kind of look like, you know, like kind of like layered balls of like, okay, there's like one aspect of it and another aspect. And, you know, it's sort of like a lot of things connected and a lot of negative beliefs that are connected. But again, you can start peeling away those layers and you can start feeling better. You can start looking more radiant. You can start having more positive things show up in your world. You can start feeling better, being healthier, you know, looking like yourself again. And it's really real. So like this work is very fast. And what I would do, like what I do with Energy Queen Alchemy, again, I encourage you to do belief work on your own because you can just do it. It really works too. But I take that kind of thing and I will dissolve it in the blood of Christ, because the blood of Christ, I have a belief that it's positive. So I put the negativity in the positivity. It literally, you guys, is like a chemical reaction. It just erases it. Gone. So imagine like what your life could look like getting that kind of treatment too. It's like literally just things that you've carried forever. And I've had clients who had family patterns. I've had clients who had relationship patterns. I had a client last year who had a negative like relationship with her ex-husband, and she was like, I don't think he's gonna change. Like, we can't get him to change. Like, it just sucks and it's like this. And I was like, negative belief, negative belief, negative belief. So they're not true. And we found all the negative beliefs. And another genius part of writing down negative beliefs is that you're calling them negative beliefs instead of truths. And so that's another really powerful aspect of this. If you will even just write them down and say, oh, look, I have a negative belief inside of me. That's powerful because you're saying that's a negative belief and it's not the truth. It's a really, really big step. Not taking negative things as truth is going to heal you so much faster. Hear the voice of negativity and start to recognize it. Start to call it what it is. Put it in its place, because your soul is in charge here, not anything else. And the negative beliefs, it's really funny, like they know that. And they will have all kinds of manipulations to try to like distract you and tell you not to do it, tell you not to work with me. Like it's like, anyway, it's hilarious and stupid, but we have to battle against them because they're not helping you, you know? So, but yeah, she had all these negative beliefs about our ex-husband. We were vigilant, diligent. I make sure we really zoned in each time I did a session with her on what exactly are the negative beliefs. He literally transformed, and they have a good relationship now. And she was paying child support to him, even though they were sharing her daughter, and he made more money than her. And she was going to take him to court. And he just dropped the case one day and was just like, it's fine. And we were like, what? It's like your life and the events of your life, and even things that have been stuck patterns for so long, can literally change, you guys, because everything in your world is created through your frequency, your energy. And the more you hang on to negative beliefs about anything in your life, the more you're going to get things that are negative reflecting that. And it's not that you're a victim, it's just reflecting what's inside of you. What are you believing? So the more you can, in summary, the more you can do affirmations, do gratitude, connect to God. God is living in that perspective constantly. The more you pray, you get in touch with him, you know, lean into his presence. He's very real, just like he was in the garden with Adam and Eve, walking with them. He's still with us. It's just we can't see him because our perspective has been clouded by negative energy. And he's still there. He lives in that frequency of truth. So you can tune yourself as like an instrument, like the way you tune a guitar. You tune yourself by connecting with God. And God is love. So when you do acts of love, when you accept love, when you lean into love, even if it's for your pet, you hold your pet, you do anything positive in the world. You give, you're kind, you're always remember though to be kind to yourself. Let your cup overflow, especially if you're a woman. That's the way your energy works. And I find men are just more able to give, and women have to like overflow. You give to yourself. If you're non-binary, just follow your intuition about what feels right to you, like giving and receiving. And it just, what kindness feels like. What being a good person looks like. Your soul knows that, and that's the truth of who you are. So do those kind of things more in the world and be that kind of person. Challenge negative beliefs, and you don't have to fight with people about things, but in yourself, remember, you're the one who chooses your energy. So always just protect that. If people are being really negative around you, you don't have to believe them. You don't have to agree with that. They can't affect you unless your soul agrees with it. So just try to expose yourself to a lot of positivity and live in that space, knowing that what positivity means is accurate. And your life is going to get better if you do these things. Get your energy cleared if possible. That's why I'm here and I do the work I do. I don't know anybody who does the work I do the way I do it, who works especially with Jesus and has that kind of, I don't know, it's just like, it's special. And I'm really blessed and really grateful to have the opportunity to talk to you about these things, because these are things that I've known and I've been carrying in myself for years. And before I even had a YouTube channel, I had a business on Facebook, and it's just I never really knew where I could really explain these things in detail. And so I'm really grateful that you guys are enjoying the channel, and thank you so much for subscribing. Every day when I get new subscribers, I'm just so overjoyed. It really, I was like excited to have 100 people. It's like, oh my God, 100 people is a lot. And it just keeps growing, and I'm grateful, and thank you for your comments that are positive. I appreciate it. And I'm just doing my best, like I'm a comedian in New York. I have a busy life. That was my dream. I made it come true. I have a lot of stories to tell, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. And these energy updates are something I like doing because it helps me have a structure. And also, on Sundays, I'll be uploading something to just give you sort of like a message, and kind of, I think of it like an energy weather report. And so this is what came through today. They're always channeled, and I know they're different from what other people are saying, but I feel like I just need to keep showing up and sharing what I know, because I know that the right people who want to hear this will be listening. And I hope that this encourages you. I love teaching, but I also love giving people things that they can do. Because I know when I was watching YouTube and looking for advice, I was always like, I always wanted things that I could do. Because it's like, you can listen to somebody, but you don't want to get addicted to somebody. Like, I'm not here for you to get addicted to. I want your life to change because you heard what I said and you could do something differently. Like, that's what's going to change your life, not me. It's you. And so the more I can nurture that and help you have ideas of things you can do, I hope that this helped you, like, helped things make sense of why affirmations work and why gratitude works and why being positive is important, and that, having negative energy in you is normal. And that's just part of the human experience, but we're coming out of that. And so you're a leader. If you're listening to this, you're a leader for all of us, because not only is it about our perspective changing and your perspective changing, it's about the whole planet. And certain people, it's like the frequency of the planet itself is, purging negative energy and really becoming higher. But And I've said in other videos, like there's a lot of light being projected on the earth to support us right now. But we're going through a gigantic transition right now and a huge rebalancing of masculine and feminine energies in a positive way. And there are certain people here who are assisting the elevation of the entire planet. Not everybody understands the things that I said in this video, but a lot of people will. And so I'm showing up for the people, for you who will, for you who will, for you who do. I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. For you who are, aren't words funny? I have an English degree. So, but you get it. So what I'm saying is for those who understand, that's your calling. And you're doing it for more than just you. The more your energy is positive, the whole planet is positive. The more you get your energy cleared or you purge negativity from yourself, the frequency of the whole fucking planet is going up. And other people, again, they may not understand these concepts, but they may be like, wow, the environment is getting better. Wow, this thing is happening in the world and that's positive and this is positive and we're healing, you know, and we're coming back to understanding that we're already in paradise and to stop ruining it with fear, right? And it's so rewarding because that's what we all feel inside. We all want to be in paradise. We all want to live in heaven on earth. You want to have clear energy. You want to be healed. You don't want to carry burdens. You want to wake up and be happy. You want to have the things you want. You want to live in the place you want. You want to do what you want to do. You want to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Doesn't it make you want to cry? That's what you want. It's okay. Things that make you feel high frequency, that's positivity. That's who you are. So of course you want those things. And the crazy part is, of course God wants those things for you. And when we say, I manifested this or that, I really believe God's always trying to give us stuff. That's the stuff he's just trying to give you. So it's funny. I don't know. I feel like we take credit for it. I find it funny. There's a lot of comedy in all of this. But the divine comedy. But yeah, like you having your own personal paradise, living in that frequency, that brings everybody into it. So never stop believing in your own personal version of what heaven on earth looks like for you. And how are you going to get there? Well, what I explained. Believe in positivity and let go of negativity. It's that simple. Is it an easy journey? It's a long and complicated journey because we're humans and we need God badly. I will say that as somebody who works with energy. I'm not afraid to say that anymore. Like, I can't do it without him. He's like you know how we need to charge our phones? That's what he's like. It's like you just can't do it, you know, without that. That's the power. So, and God is love. That's what God is. That's what Jesus is. God is love. And you know what that is. And I know that's who you are, right? That's what's inside of you. So I hope that this all brought some ideas together for you. I explained a lot of things here that I didn't expect to really go into detail with, but I feel like this is a lot of stuff that took me years to learn, and I hope that it helps you to learn it in less than an hour. You may want to watch this again because a lot of condensed information here, but what it really is about is, even if you just hear the ideas, it's about training yourself, exposing yourself to new ideas, new truths, new beliefs. And the more you do that, if there are truths here, right, then you will feel that and you will let go of more negativity just by watching this, because you're going to understand more of the truth, which is a positive truth, right? Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a like so I know. And if you'd like to book an appointment or a free consultation with me about your energy and really accelerating this process, which I help you do through Energy Queen Alchemy, you can book a free consult with me and the link is in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment where you are. I'd love to know where everybody is too in the world. Love you. Bye. Stay positive.